How's it going, guys? Winner Kills here, and welcome to another episode of the testing sessions. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Shaddoll Infinitrack train deck that I've been working on recently. There either is or is going to be an updated profile for this deck post-Eternity Code out very, very soon, so stay on the lookout for that. Yeah, but you guys know how the series works by now here in the 4th episode, I believe, of it. We're just going to go on and play some random matches here on ETCO Pro. And hopefully I can show you guys something about the deck. We can learn something about the deck, things that will work, things that are maybe not working as well as I thought. Of course, it's a limited pool of play testing here in just this one specific video. But if any sort of niche interaction comes up that I'm trying to test, of course, we will try to cover that. But this is the current list. Side deck as follows: triple lightning storm if you obviously you can't afford this card, which is totally understandable, it's very expensive. Triple twin twister will suffice, or even you could go as far as doing evenly matched as well, if you have that card at your disposal. Not currently playing any hand traps, just running the triple chalice and the double impermanence, mainly because I like these cards in theory because as a 6th card they're live to help break boards, whereas drawing a card like Ash or Ogre or whatever, or Veil or whatever hand trap may be, really not usable that much as your 6th card, but impermanence and chalice can be for the most part. Same thing with the kaijus. I guess the same logic applies to these guys as well. But yeah, we're gonna go in here. We're gonna see what happens. We'll play against some random people, and we'll see if we can take some W's via massive OTK. All right, so we found our opponent here, Mr. Phantom X39. Let's see if we can win die roll, because of course we are blind going second deck, so winning die roll to be able to go second would be desired. I'm gonna go ahead and mute the spectators and stuff right off the bat. Always a safe thing to do, especially if I'm recording something for YouTube, just in case. But he's actually ending his turn. Okay, that's interesting. Let's see if we can just easily snipe the OTK right here. I'm gonna go for Switchyard. I'm not even gonna invest Switchyard into the play. I'm just gonna normal summon this, and sometimes with trains, I don't want to jinx anything of just yet, but sometimes with this deck, with all the cool extravagant plays that it can do, sometimes you really don't even need to go for said plays, because, well, you just don't need them. This may be a good example of one of those times. I'm not entirely sure. He has a hand trap, he has impermanence. Now would be the best time to use it. We're going to detach to hopefully try to burn for 2,000 here. And if he has a response, we'll sort of take everything from there. We're just waiting and waiting and waiting. 2,000 burn goes through. Next step, summon the Juggernaut Lieb on top of the Gustav Max via its summoning conditions. Now, if this is the point where he had a hand trap, this is really, really where he would want to use it. I'm going to detach the Night Express, so we can add that back in the end phase if we don't pull off the OTK here. There's the infinite impermanence. So I was hoping he would have some sort of interaction there, or else it was going to be game outright. Now, we do have some plays that could be made here. We could potentially Switchyard now and discard like the Trencher, to search a card like Derricrane, which I think I'm actually going to do after battle phase. I don't want to put any cards on the field extra before the battle phase goes, because that could leave us susceptible to evenly matched. So we'll just wait to play our cards. He is down to 2,000 though, so very, very close. He did hold the imperm for the right time. So we're going to play the Switchyard. We're going to discard Trencher here, because Trencher really is good in the grave, and I also like having it as a prime summon target off of my Dozer, so that's why I'm currently playing 2 copies. Because if you have to get one in the grave earlier, like this, you can still have access to another one in deck later on. So, and I still want to experiment with playing cards like Drag Shovel and things like that for the spin turn, because I think those cards are really good. Maybe even cards like Crab Crane and the Outrigger expansion. Still need time to give those cards a bit more of a shot. I was actually going to try a build running those in this particular video, but I decided to hold off and just sort of play it safe for the time being. So we have gotten back our Night Express off of Bullet Train, which adds back a machine during the end phase, and we've also gotten the search of our Derricrane off of our Switchyard, so we have another rank 10 play set up at a bare minimum for next turn. And if he does actually do something this turn, Maybe put some monster in the extra from the extra deck out on the board. We can set up some even better plays there with Shaddoll Fusion, and possibly go for Shack. Usually my target, since I'm not playing Ruffian Railcar, which I really kind of want to go back to Ruffian, because I really do like Ruffian Railcar with this deck. And there's the one of Pancratops. Must be nice. I really do like the potential idea of playing one Ruffian Railcar for the Shaddoll Fusion. Yeah, there's nothing we can do about that. If you have the one of Pancratops, you have the one of Pancratops. I think even in like a top replays and highlights video I did the other day, somebody had a one of Pancratops against me playing trains. So like, you got it, you got it. Dodo Buster. We might be playing against the Rock deck. Setting one passing, and that's actually scooping there. So does not seem like he opened up too well. If he is playing the Rock deck, like I think he is, we might want to side in a lot of hate for that deck. I'm gonna go with just 2 Nibiru, triple Ash. I'm probably gonna drop out of Chalice, drop out of Terraforming. Let's see, what else can I potentially drop out? A Heavy Forward. I really do like Heavy Forward. I really hate siding it out, but it is kind of crunch time, you know, for siding things out. So I'm actually, let's do a Trencher. We'll drop a Trencher. We'll drop a Heavy Forward. Drop the Terraforming. That's not really too essential within the main deck. And we'll drop an Anchor Drill. Hit the sort button, not hit the reset button. If this was more of a back row heavy deck, I'd put the Lightning Storm in. I don't really like Lightning Storm on the side as a form of like a monster removal card, because it can turn off Shaddoll. It can conflict with Shaddoll Fusion. But if he was playing a very back row heavy deck, like maybe like Eldritch or something, I'd probably put the Lightning Storms in. But he is going to make us go first, which is actually fine here, given the particular opening that we have. This hand is not too bad. So we'll play Switchyard. We'll use Switchyard right away. We're going to discard the Shaddoll Beast. We don't need that. And I'm going to grab Derek Crane. Now with this hand, we could probably pull off, like I said, the combo that I usually try to go for with this particular deck. We do have Anchor Drill in our hand, which is unfortunate. But we could actually get it out of our hand via our normal summon and then get it to the grave with the Dozer. So I think that's what we'll do. We're not going to use Anchor Drill's effect on normal summon. That's the key thing to take into account. We don't want to use that effect. We don't even want to use Derek Crane here. We're just going to try to, bare minimum, resolve Brutal Dozer. We'll take it from there. And we'll also, we might as well just chain block here with Derek Crane to try to ensure that that summon is going to go through. We're going to go for Trencher. The only Trencher left in our deck, since we, of course, did set out the other copy. We're going to make River Stormer now. And River Stormer is going to net us a search of a machine. We already have the, we're going to have, I should say, the Trencher drill setup in the grave. We're going to add Bullet Train. We're going to add that to our hand, yep. And then we're going to link off the River Stormer into Goliath, just like that. That way we need another level 5 engrave to be able to revive off of Pegasus, because the other level 5 target we would have is going to be banished via its own effect. We're not going to summon Brutal Dozer. We're going to summon Drill. Drill is going to summon Stampede, and Stampede is going to summon Dozer. This is why we didn't use that effect on normal summon. So this is like, this is the combo that I've sort of like attached myself to, like I'm hooked on. I really like this combo because going second, you get yourself a rank 9 like Earth Slicer, and you get yourself a rank 10 like you know, Juggernaut, or if you're not sure of the OTK, you can go for you know, number 81. So now at this point, what I want to do is use the level manipulation effect here onto the Derek Crane. Will make a rank 10. I'm going to go for number 81 since we are going first. Really no reason in trying to make Gustav Max here. Then we can do this, target this. They'll become the combined total levels of the two monsters. We can make our Earth Slicer just like this. And then lastly, what we can do is use Heavy Forward to change the battle position or attach something to one of our Xyz monsters as material. We're not going to use that. We're going to do this. We're going to use its effect here. We're going to reattach to... Like, I really would like to keep the Earth Slicer Or we could make Mega Clops. This is another thing we could do. I'm very hesitant on making the Mega Clops right now, though. I don't know if it'll be an outright win if we do. It's kind of tricky, honestly, to determine whether or not it will be the go-to play. So we're going to equip to this, actually. Like I said, we can make Mega Clops. Unaffected by other monster effects except those of Xyz. Cannot be destroyed by battle. So, like, this is that rock deck, and I'm pretty sure it can make a plethora of rank 4s and Xyz monsters. So I'm not gonna go for that play right here. I just don't think it's the best thing to do. And the last thing I'm gonna do here also is summon this right here, and we're gonna make double-headed Anger Knuckle instead of, we're gonna forego the Mega Clops play. Now, maybe hindsight's 2020, like, yeah, maybe Mega Clops would outright win us the game, but we don't know that for certain. End phase, we will use the effect of Bullet Train. Always want to take advantage of that. We're going to put back the River Stormer as our only choice, and just go off like that. We have Anger Knuckle set up with the field spell, which is good. Again, this is where I would wish we would have a card like Ruffian Railcar in the deck. So he's going to play Onomata Pickup, which basically, when this card is activated, add an Onomat card from your deck to your hand, except itself. Target one Zubaba go, or do monster you control. All monsters you currently control from that monster's level until the end of this turn. Okay, so this looks very similar to a lot of the rock decks that have been floating around, using Onomata Para, whatever you want to call it. Send one card randomly, add up to 2 of these monsters from your deck to your hand. So I'm going to chain Knuckle here, distribute itself off to summon this, just so we can get that out of the way before it has a potential way to, like, force it. I'm just going to do it now, just because I want... Okay, so there's the Call by the Grave. And he is going to target Bullet Train, which is fine. It honestly would have probably been better to Call by the Knuckle, because we can still use Knuckle next turn, but... to each their own. I guess we can't complain about that. So he's going to add Goga. I can't even read that thing, dude. I can't even read these cards' names. They're actually just monstrosities. Normal summons the Onomatopoeia. And this card, during my phase, can summon up to 1 each Zubaba, Gaga, Go, and or Do monsters from your hand to defense. Let's see. Yeah, you can only summon Xyz monsters from the extra deck, so it's a good thing we didn't really make Clops, because I feel like he could have outed Clops very easily, but that's fine. We'll let him just puke all the monsters in his hand out onto the board, see what he's able to do with everything afterwards. Shade Brigandine, so he's only summoning 1. Don't know if he's going to make a triple rank 4 or like a 3 material rank 4, or if he's just going to, because you can only make Xyz now at this point. We saw him discard Double or Nothing, which is good, which means we're not going to get Omega OTK'd. And even if he did have that play, we have, you know, we have Rail Cannon here with the Derek Crane underneath it. Now, going first, usually, oftentimes, is a train deck, like, number 81 with Derek Crane is probably, like, just par for the course as far as having defense is concerned. Now, again, had our play with the Anger Knuckle not been met with Call by, we could have summoned out Bullet, used the field spell to summon out level 4 from deck, and just, you know, carry down from there. Ideally, it would have been something like Ruffian Railcar, which is, I still might add in. So he's going for Light Dragon Ignister. Monster you control be destroyed by card effect and attachment from this card. Instead, you can only use each of the following effects of Light Dragon Ignister once per turn. Attachments, then, let's see. Attach one material from this card. Destroy face-up monsters. Your opponent controls out the number of added Ignister monsters you control. When another Cyberse monster you control inflicts battle damage. So, it doesn't target. He does have to destroy a face-up monster. This has Goliath underneath it, which is really good. So we're going to have to activate this in response. We're going to target this. And if he does try to destroy Earth Slicer, it cannot be destroyed by card effects because of the Goliath underneath it. And we'll see what he ends up trying to destroy here. But either way, number 81 is, or not number 81, but the Dreadnought, or not Dreadnought, the Why can't I think of this card's name? The Derricrane is going to activate. I don't think we need to get rid of this card. I really don't know what card to clear. I'm going to clear this. I'm going to clear his rank 4. But he can actually just detach instead. I mean, I don't think clearing this is too big of a threat. Because this only has the effect of being able to activate on, like, the effect is only activated on activation of the spell card itself. Gaga Coat. That's the card name. And Go Glove. Those are what these cards are called, okay. Needed like a quick second to actually read them to know what their actual names are, because there's some just wild names like Do Dwarf, Go Glove. Is he really gonna Utopia double me? That's not even going to be game. I don't believe. This is at 31. Like, he's only at most. Oh my god, it's Utopia Beyond. Okay. Oh boy. Starts to sweat profusely. Let's see what happens here. Utopia Beyond. This card's extending the attack of all monsters currently controlled becomes 0. Once per during another player's turn, you can attach a material from this card, then target one face-up exceeds monster control, and when Utopia monster. I used to play this card in some deck some long time ago. So he's gonna negate its attack. And then he's going to play double or nothing, I'm guessing, from his hand, because he has multiple copies. And that's going to go up to 12k, and that is going to be game. So we can't do anything there about that. That's 12,000 damage into the face. I'm probably going to... I mean, if he makes Light Dragon at Ignister, that can really protect from Lightning Storm. So I really still don't even want to side in Lightning Storm. I'd rather just side in like a third Nibiru at this point, and just go with that. Just run with that. I think that might be the move. Don't know particularly what I want to side out though here. This is like maybe side out a Dozer, or an Imperm, or an Ash. I guess I'd rather see Nibiru than Ash. Or maybe we could just side out, like, these. Or, per se, like a Terraforming and put some, like, consistency cards back in. Since we have double Chalice, double Imperm, double Ash, and triple Nibiru in the main. And we're just going to go second. Because I think that's probably going to be the best bet. Yeah. Let's do that. This Terraforming, let's put in, not this. Let's put in a Chalice. Side decking complete. Let's go second. Let's see if we can get the jump on him. And pull off an OTK. I don't know what his end board is going to look like, but we'll see if it's anything extravagant. And of course, we didn't draw any hand traps. Or not even hand traps, side deck cards. Why would I draw side deck cards? I don't draw them. I don't draw them in the series. We don't draw our side deck cards. And this man redoers, sets one, and passes. Okay. I was gonna say, don't let me draw Ash for turn. Don't let me draw Ash for turn. Redo will take a card. Watch. What did he take? Let's see. He took a Dozer. That's completely fine. Let's go at a normal Harvester. Harvester, we will search. What do we want to search with Harvester? I want to search, actually, Trencher off of this. And for good reason. I want to search Trencher because we can use Dozer to summon Drill, and then use Trencher to send off Drill, and essentially do the same thing, but we get the Drill and the Grave in the process. So let's see what happens here. Time Thief Redoer right now only has monsters underneath it, so we don't have to worry about it acting as an interruption, more so than it just being like kind of slippery and dodging our effects. Let's play Switchyard. And Cosmic Cyclone. Okay, that's alright. That's okay because we really only need one level 10 to sort of make this whole play work. So that's completely fine if he's going to invest that into the play. And we can actually just search Derricrane off of our River Stormer, assuming he doesn't have any hand traps. We already have our prerequisites that we need to be able to pull off said combo, which is having Anchor Drill Engrave, Pegasus in hand, and access to a level 10. So I think right now, before we even resolve the effect, I'm going to get this Bullet Train on the board. And I am playing on the EU servers because, like, that's, like, the faster way to, like, find matches, I guess. But it is a little laggier because the connection distance is far greater, I guess. But now we're going to use this. We're going to attach Trencher, of course, because we need that in the grave to use its graveyard abilities. And even if he stops this, it's not too big of a deal. Cosmic Cyclone was pretty good, though, on his behalf for the field spell. We're going to add Derek Crane. Search is going to go through. We're going to add that to the hand. Careful if you're playing online, you don't accidentally click the Send to Graveyard effect. But now, to trigger our Derek Crane, we're going to link off the Stormer into Goliath. Yes, we will use the good boy Derek Crane. Now, potentially, we could stop here. Which, like, I just feel like I should just stop right now. But the thing is, kind of think of the way if we can make 2 rank 10s here, because if we can make number 81, we can sort of protect from Nibiru very easily. We don't actually need to make the whole Gustav Max package, though, because we're gonna get Earth Slicer out anyways. An Earth Slicer will clear the Redoer, and he's gonna clear it on his own anyways for us, or else we're just gonna, you know, destroy it. So we're gonna summon Drill. Drill's gonna summon Stampede. Stampede's gonna summon Dozer, just like that. Classic effects. Sometimes it's easy with a deck like this to get tunnel visioned on going for Gustav Max for the, you know, the easy, quick OTK, right? You just get it done. OTK, burn for 2k, attack for 6 if they've got nothing left on their board. Sometimes it is very easy to tunnel vision into those plays, but again, pulling off the combo here that I like to do, we can go ahead and use this to target this. Be interesting if there was like a level 8 Earth machine we can make that was decent. To be able to target like Pegasus here, but really don't think there's any worthwhile ones to make. And now we are going to use what we could actually do here is we're one extender short from being able to like make Knuckle and then like pitch the Bullet Train out of our hand to summon it back from the grave, and then use Pegasus to make another rank 10. Because of course we can do this. Send this off, summon this in defense, and then use Goliath on this. Give it a material for next turn. Now we can use this. We'll just attach. We'll just attach 1. We don't really need to detach multiple. If he doesn't have anything here, it's just going to be a game. He does have a Dozer underneath it. That's what he took of ours. I need to check if there's any graveyard effects that he can use. Yes, obviously he can use that. That's all fine and dandy. We didn't even need to burn our Derek Crane. Now we could make Megaclops. If we're like extremely scared about Nibiru, we could make Megaclops and poke in for that. Let's just go Battle Phase. Battle Phase is good. And if he doesn't have anything, I've said it a billion times, this is going to be game. Well, actually, we're just short. We're just shy. We're just shy of game. And actually, we're really not just shy of game, because what we can do here in main phase 2 is link these off. And I just want to make sure I read this right. Send 1 monster man or field to the graveyard, and target 1 level machine monster in your graveyard. So what we can do is make Knuckle with these 2, use its effect on field. So I don't know why I can't use this effect here. We are in the main phase. Maybe if I use this here. I literally don't know why it's not letting me use this effect. Okay, so now it is. Maybe we already have. Maybe we just have to have one in the graveyard before we even activate. I was wondering why it would not let me activate the effect of Knuckle, but we have to get something back into the grave. Now we need to hurriedly special summon this, and then burn for 2,000 for a game, since he does not have anything to stop it. So that's the play I was trying to make. Got a little caught up in the fact, unless he doesn't. Yeah, okay, so that will take the game right there. I got a little caught up in the fact that our Knuckle wasn't working, but I just wanted to detach from the number 81 and see if it will work. So we ended up taking the match there against the... I don't know if that was like the Adamasha version. It might have just been like an Onomatopoeia rank 4 spam deck. So we come out on top there victorious. 2-1. We did get savagely OTK'd that one game for 12,000, but we're going to go ahead and try to find our next opponent. All right, so we win die roll, so we're definitely going to go second. Let's take a look at our opening hand. It's pretty good. We have at least access to an OTK if he puts a monster on board. I mean, an OTK on paper. I mean, imagine he'll put a... So he's summoning Water Tenyi. Okay. Monk of the Tenyi. This is pure Tenyi. I will be a bit surprised. Not really every day you do play against a pure Tenyi deck. I think the last time I played against a pure Tenyi deck was probably on stream a long, like many months ago. Many months ago. Also, as I'm recording this right now, it's currently 3:11 in the morning. I do apologize if I am not super energetic, but I do want to make sure that I can at least make the most logical plays, I guess, while still trying to showcase what the deck in some aspects is capable of. But he is linking into the Shaman. And I believe it allows you to discard a card, then target a worm in your graveyard, special summon it. Also, as a turn, you cannot activate the effects of monster special summon from the extra deck. Alright, so he's getting Mare. This is like, yeah, Mare is like one of the really good cards with this deck. Because Mare is not really a brick so much in this deck as it is a really strong extender because of Shaman. You can go ahead and use it up to thrice. 3 times per turn, up to thrice per turn. I love when they word it like that. I believe like one of the only other monsters in the game that has like up to thrice per turn on it is Coach King Giant Trainer, I believe is the card. It's a rank 8. I used to play it in Photon Galaxy. It's the only reason I know that card exists is because I used to play in that deck. Wonder what exactly he's going to make. Okay, Appaloosa. I was worried about Avermax for a second because Avermax is very hard for this deck to deal with. It's almost like the only out I have to Avermax within this deck is Jizukiru, which doesn't sound that great. But Jizukiru is really the only out. As sad as that sounds, Jizukiru is just about the only out this deck has to Avermax, because Avermax is a very good card. So, as it stands, I mean, we don't even really need to urgent schedule, but we might as well just do it anyways. Let's go ahead and urgent schedule, and he has Ash for that, so that's fine. It's an Ash he won't have on our revolving switchyard, which is good. Just checking his graveyard here. Now, I believe these cards in the grave do something. Your opponent, if you control no effect monster, special this card from your hand, when your opponent activates a card or effect that targets a face-up non-effect monster. These are for only non-effect monsters. Our biggest threat right now is the Linkuriboh. The Linkuriboh, which is stopping us from OTKing. So, we need to grab Night Express Knight, and this right here is probably one of the best examples I could give as to why it is good to have a searchable, normal summonable level 10 in the deck. That's why I think Night Express Knight should not be cut from the deck in any way, shape, or form. because it's still such a fantastic card at the end of the day. And we can only imagine he's probably going to use Appaloosa here, and stop the Derek Crane from coming down. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and use Chalice on that. Now, I believe his field spell also has an effect. It says basically, if your opponent's special summons an effect monster, monsters by control face down monster or non-effect monster. Okay, so he does control a non-effect monster. We have a token. I believe tokens count as non-effect. And, I mean, we don't want him to draw into hand traps. That'd be the biggest problem, drawing into cards like Nibiru. So let's go ahead and just overlay. And we are going to detach and burn for 2k. And we're also going to use Derek Crane to pop the Link Karibo here, because again, we need all of his stuff open. Well, we need all of our attacks to go through. Really what we need. And we can run over the Mare token last. So that way it won't even matter if you can use any of the graveyard effects that he has. And we're just going to go into Juggernaut. And it's pretty simple from here what happens. Make it 6k, 6k. Hopefully he doesn't have like another hand trap, because this is really all we have at this point. We still have Bullet. I didn't want to invest the Bullet Train into the play, because it'll leave us with just one miscellaneous level 10 on board, which doesn't do us any good. And he's bringing back Link Karibo, which is going to happen regardless, because either way he had the token. So I didn't see that coming, to be totally honest, but it is a thing. We do have to force it out. It doesn't matter what we attack here. We just have to hope he didn't draw something good enough for a comeback. That's really what it comes down to. He's letting that go through. Interesting. Then he's probably going to drop to 0 here, as you might expect. Also allowing us to clear, well, not entirely clear his field. He still has his Perfection of the Tenyi up. We can Bullet Liner, which I think I'm actually going to do, because I would like to make Knuckle here, because leaving this Juggernaut lead isn't really going to do us a whole lot. So let's do that. Then end phase, we'll get an add back. And that's also really good, because we can use Anger Knuckle to revive the other bullet in our graveyard. That'll trigger the field spell to bring out another monster, which will be Pegasus. Pegasus will bring out another monster. And then if he clears another card, which we're actually going to use this right now, while we have the chance, before he starts bouncing some cards. Because Vishuddha can definitely do that. Before he gets into the Monk of the Tenyi, we want to get our field spell resolved and out of the way, so if he starts clearing cards, we can start at least get a resource back off the Bullet Train. That's one of the reasons why I still want to try at some point playing one Ruffian Railcar alongside the one Night Express Knight, strictly because you can still play that. Train still has a really good way of playing the resource game in the long term by using cards like Bullet Express and using cards like Ruffian in combination with Anger Knuckle, because Anger Knuckle is really good at, say if we had Ruffian engraved, we could bring that back, and if he clears both those cards, we get 2 searches in the end phase, which is really, really strong. But let's see what we want to bring back here. 3k, 3k. We don't really need to bring back another Bullet Train. I'm just going to bring back Night Express Knight. We're not going to use Derek Crane. We want to keep that card in our hand, if at all possible. But we have 3 level 10s on board, which is good, because we like level 10s. And if he clears the Bullet, we can add back Gustav Max in the end phase. But I imagine he'll probably use Vishuddha right now to bounce back the Bullet Express, the Bullet Train. I always call it Bullet Express, because I think it was called Bullet Express Liner in the OCG. But they have since changed its name, obviously, like they've done with a myriad of cards. but he's going to bounce back. Night Express Knight. Interesting. Like, and I did cut, another thing, like another change in the extra deck I made recently was cutting Goliath, or not cutting Goliath, but cutting Gustav Max down to 1 in place of a second Goliath, because I found going to a second Goliath more often than I was going into a second Gustav Max. I think Gustav Max is still a mandatory card in the extra deck, of course, don't get me wrong, but I don't think you need to exactly. If anything, I might go back to 2 Gustav Max and play 1 Juggernaut Leap. But again, they're so like quintessential and just going for games. So like, I don't know. I wish I could fit 2 of each. Number 81, Gustav Max, and Juggernaut Leap. But let's see if he has a way to stop game from being had. And going to attack Bolt Express. End phase, Bolt Express will activate. I'm going to put this back as a way to say, hey, we can burn for game next turn if you don't have anything to stop this next play. We can use that, but let's just go ahead and normal summon the old Night Express, and not going to use that. Don't want to use the field spells effect when we normal or special summon a level 10 Earth Machine. Do they take no battle damage? They can still take effect damage, but we don't want to risk anything. Okay, so they burn that there. But let's go ahead and make Gustav Max and see if he has anything for this. Watch him have like a Solemn Judgment. I hope you drew Effect Valor, and if you did, good for you. Let's see if it was Effect Valor. It was not. Okay, that's good. Let's go into the next game here. Now, I don't know if Tenyi is a going first or second deck off the top of my head because I have very, very little experience against it. So the only thing I would want to really put in would probably be something like Ash. Because Ash, again, it's just a good generic cover-all card that is decent to throw in against some rogue strategies. And I think those are the cards I'm going to take out. Just the Chalice, a Heavy Forward, and a Terraforming. I think that'll be fine. Again, I don't know if he's going to make us, like, I don't know for a fact if he's going to make us go first or second. But based on his, like, first turn board with Appaloosa, and also the ability to, like, have a good solid Linkaribo setup, and a Linkaribo that can be brought back multiple times, it seems safe to say that even with the counter traps this deck has too, it's safe to say that he probably wants to go first. I know Tenyis have a new Link monster. I'm not sure exactly what that card does, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Opening hand, not too bad. Of course, if we are going second, even if we are going first with this hand, we can still make a rank 10, which is nice because of Stampede's level modification effect. But he is going first, so we did make the good call. But again, we do not draw our side deck cards here. I don't think I ever will draw side deck cards. Happens on my stream all the time. By the way, if you want to catch my stream, link to that down in the description below. My Twitch, twitch.tv/winter_kills, just like it is on YouTube. So, set 3 with the Monk and pass. And would you look at that, we draw for our 6-card Ash. And that Forbidden Chalice I sat out is currently laughing in my face. If you control no effect monsters, you can special this card from your hand. When attacking the player involving a face-up non-effect monster and opponent's face-up monster, you match this card from your graveyard. From your hand or graveyard, that opponent's monster is 50 under attack until the end of this turn. So he does have a way to manipulate our attack by 1,500, which is not too groundbreaking. I mean, we do have Ash here, I guess, which is nice to stop his field spell. So it's not overly bad. It's not overly too insulting, I guess, to draw the Ash as the 6th card here. But I'm waiting to see what he's going to activate here in the draw phase. We do have Urgent Schedule, so we want to play that as soon as possible. And off of this, I'm getting Trencher and Drill. I'm getting Trencher and Drill because I have Stampede in my hand. And we can basically use these cards as free link fodder. And also, you know, get free plays out of it, essentially. So there's that. We're going to use the Ash on that. We're not going to allow him to draw into a Nibiru mid-turn. Because right now we know for a fact he does not have Nibiru, and we do not want to change that fact because he has no cards in his hand. So that is why I'm going to outright Ash that and force out either his counter trap or a Call by the Grave. So let's see what it's going to be here. And I guess once that resolves, we're going to go ahead and summon the Derek Crane as well on those summons. The only other opportunity we would have is by making another Link monster. But what we need to do now is go ahead and we can make Cliffort Genius, which is not a terrible idea. We haven't normal summoned yet, but I do not want to normal summon just yet. Let's make double-headed Anger Knuckle here. Let's do that. And now, see, unfortunately, since we do not have like another level 5 engrave, another level 5 Infinitrack, we can't do the play that I'm thinking of, but what we can set up is just by normal summoning Stampede, we can bring back Trencher, modify levels. We could actually normal Stampede, bring back Trencher. Alright, so I mean, I think the play we're gonna do here is just normal summon this. And we can either use the effect or bring back Trencher, or we can bring back Anchor Drill. It doesn't make too big of a difference. I'm gonna bring back just Anchor Drill here. And then Anchor Drill we can use to bring out Derek Crane, so we can get a second Derek Crane on board to do shenanigans with. But if he negates this, that will be kind of rough. He has Skill Drain. Okay, so Skill Drain is a whole other beast. How do... This is where making Clifford Genius probably would have been better play. But again, hindsight's 20/20. You can't really predict that he's going to have the one-of Skill Drain. We can use Trencher Engraved to bring out Drill. That really only allows us to make Clifford Genius, which is unaffected by the effect of Skill Drain, because it is unaffected by the effects of spells and traps. Actually, I don't even know if we'll be able to do the play that I want to do. Yeah, we really can't do the play I was thinking about doing, because we can't link off Knuckle, so we're just going to have to go into the battle phase and settle for what we have, because I was thinking if we could link off Knuckle, we could link off Knuckle and Pegasus for Genius, then Genius can negate... We really wouldn't have anything else to negate, though. Because we can't negate a card that's already... I don't even know why, so just completely ignore us. And we're just going to have to go into the battle phase. Yeah. There's just no real reason in doing that. We can go main phase 2, though, and we can link into a Genius, I guess. There's just no reason, though. So we're just going to end turn there. Our time limit almost ran out. We're just going to pass there. And we'll see what he has. He has the Worm Trap, which I believe lets him to send off a worm to draw 2. Or add 1 from deck. I've seen that card played in True Draco. It's like the only time... I think it's the only other worm deck that you could like really play it in other than Tenyi. And be able to summon it for free because Tenyi stuff. And then he's going to link into Monk. And maybe summon another Tenyi. Gonna banish that one. I believe that one summons one from deck. Go for Vishuda. Alright, so he's managed to link up into the big Berserker of the Tenyi, which is okay. I mean, the skill drain is really killing us. We only had a way to out it. That would be fantastic. I mean, we just really cannot out skill drain at this point. This is just going to be very rough. Yeah, we're just going to go ahead and scoop. We can't out skill drain, so there's nothing we can do there, unfortunately. The Unga Bunga will prevail, as it always does. We're going to put in triple Twin Twisters, though. And that's really all I'm going to do for... Oh, I just hit the reset button on my side deck. Well, it's the no side deck challenge. That's what I like to call it. And hopefully this hand is good enough. Hopefully he doesn't have skill drain. Because let's be honest, with the luck I've had, he's more likely to draw his one of skill drain than I am to draw any of my twin twisters anyways. Alright. I swear, if he opened the one of skill drain, I'm going to be very upset. But we're going to start with Urgent. We draw a Brutal Dozer for turn. Which, you gotta love it, man. You gotta love it. What can I say? You gotta love it. And this is the game where I accidentally clicked the reset side deck button. You gotta love it. What can I say? What can I say? So that's one special summon. That's one summon. That would count as one, I believe. That's why we can get this summon here, but there really is no reason to go for that summon. So I'm not going to use that summon there. Instead, I'm going to use the summon to make Cliffort Genius. And the reason I'm making Cliffort Genius, because this play, I think it will work for a few reasons. We're going to add an Infinitrack monster. I'm going to go for Drill. Now, I'm hoping this works. We're going to use this to negate this and also this. We're going to try to turn off the summon limit. It's unaffected by spells and traps. So, all right, we managed to out that, which is actually very, very surprising. Then we're going to summon out Harvester. We really don't even need to use Harvester's effect because we're just going to do this, tribute it off, go for Dozer. Dozer's going to summon out another Trencher. He has Lost Wind. It's whatever. And yeah, that is unfortunate because we still have a normal summon, which is actually fortunate for us. Because now we can complete a rank 10. Now I'm very, very worried about Nibiru. And if Nibiru happens to be the last card in his hand, then you know what? It happens to be the last card in his hand. We're going to make Earth Slicer so we can slice and dice. He can set back his Lost Wind, which is completely fine. Because I don't think he can use the other effect again. But we're going to use this right now. We're going to detach both of these before we go any further. We're going to clear this and this. And he's going to use that, which I guess can revive and destroy a card. Alright, so probably shouldn't have popped the monster there, but either way, we're going to go into battle phase, and we're going to take this card here. Once we destroy it by battle, he has Vishuda, which he can use. I mean, and he also has the wind. Oh my god, deck is actually infuriating. Deck is actually infuriating. So this is going to get unnegated come the end of the turn. We could bring that back, but I'm not going to. We're just going to set this. And I am going to end my turn there. Because, I mean, if we pop the 2 back row, which in hindsight is what I should have done. Because I forgot about the water Tenyi in his graveyard, because it's almost 4 in the morning as I'm recording this. So, a little tired, just a little bit. But if we go to the battle phase and then run it over, we'd be running it over for 3k at best, and we're not OTKing this turn, regardless. So I don't think it makes ultimately too big of a deal. But I mean, I guess it gets rid of summon limit. once and for all. But summon limit's also slowing him down, I feel like, as well. I think he still has the... No, all the Tenyis in his graveyard are banished, at least the ones that have quick effects, I think. I would like to just check his grave. Thank you very much. And we can end phase Urgent Schedule, which we desperately need to get Derek Crane out. We desperately need Derek Crane. Sets 1. Yeah, we desperately need to do this. We need Derek Crane. And the other card, I don't think matters what it is, the level 4 or lower one. But yeah, we're just gonna Derek Crane, because if we get Derek Crane, we're in a good spot. We're in a good spot. And I think we have another Trencher Engrave. Do not have another Trencher Engrave. I thought we did, but we do not. Let's grab another drill. Just like that. And the next turn we can normal express, overlay for, and drawing chalices is not great, but it's not terrible. Normal summon without tribute. That's our one summon. Our second summon will be this. And we are going to hope and hope and hope that this is going to be enough. Because if it's not, well, we don't have much else. We'll clear that. And then we have to swing in battle phase with Gustav, because, like, we're not OTKing either way here this turn anyways. But what we can do, actually, is after we blow this monster up, we have another play that can be made. Well, no, we really don't, because we can't special summon anymore. But we're just going to attack for 3k. And we're going to... not do anything else after that. Curious what his back row is. What other effects like he could be activating? An attack is declared involving your face-up non-effect monster. You can target one card your opponent controls, destroy it. I don't think anything in his graveyard does anything. I'm just very curious as to what his set card is. Watch it be like Storming Mirror Force or something. That'd be absolutely hysterical. Main phase 2. We will set their Forbidden Chalice, and we will allow our opponent to play Yu-Gi-Oh! And it is... Oh my, it must be nice to have Scapegoats. He is still under summon limit, though, so thank God I did not clear the summon limit. It is both a blessing and a curse, I guess. Sure, you can make land for Incus. That's one special summon. That's one summon. We can't get into Avermax, which is good, because Avermax is the bane of our existence. If he goes into Avermax, we pretty much can't do anything about it, which is as bad as that sounds. Don't want him to go into Avermax. Special summon success. This is where this chalice is going to come in really, 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 really clutch. It's going to come in so unbelievably clutch here. Because we can make this monster 400 more attack than his Berserker. Yeah, and Chalice in general has always been nice for the fact that it can not only negate cards. Now, this is asking me on the attack declaration. I want to wait till damage calculation. If it's going... Yeah, here we go. 4 damage calculation. We want to target this. That will also boost it by 400. Thus leaving his monster in the boneyard where it belongs. And we win. Oh my god. That rounds up that. So, one thing we can take away is that Eldritch is a very hard matchup, and backdoor heavy matchup should be accounted for a lot. I think I probably will side out. Like, the thing is, Lightning Storm can conflict with the Shaddoll engine. But I guess having Lightning Storm more specifically for back row would be better, arguably, than Twin Twister. So, Lightning Storm, I probably will throw in. It's just like, It seems really good for the removal of monsters alone, but Lightning Storm is almost better in the fact that we can just remove back row. We don't even need, because like if we remove all the monsters, we take away, you know, their extra deck monster, which makes our Shaddoll fusion not live. But regardless, I think this deck is really good. I don't think it's like tier 1 or anything, but I think I don't know. It's gonna require a bit more testing. The ratios of Infinitrack monsters, I'm still unsure of. I still kind of want to mess around with playing possibly like a Crab Crane with maybe an Outrigging expansion or Outrigger expansion. Then maybe a Drag Shovel for possibly cards like Spin Turn. Cards that just allow for like other interactions to be had instead of like, I guess, focusing so much on the combo that I have built. But if you guys have any suggestions, feel free to let me know down in the comment section below. We'll be doing more testing sessions with this deck probably some point in the future. Maybe not the near future, but in the future. And I'll probably be doing an updated deck profile for this deck as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you did. I apologize for any blaring misplays I may have had. Hopefully I was able to teach something about this deck and why I play it the way I play it. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, we're going to kill sign out. We'll see you guys in the next one.